Well, hello Aquarius. Welcome back to your new happy place. Most certainly my new happy place. This is going to be a summer solstice reading, and we have a very interesting set of choices to make here. All primary colors, baby jars of creative, infinite potential, all equal, really. And just a matter of perspective, right? Interesting. Aquarius, I will see you at your color. Timestamps will be in the description box. Thank you. See you soon. Hello Aquarius. If you chose the yellow path, this is going to be your bounce off point for the summer solstice. Pardon me, new camera. Getting used to where the good light is, right? But either way, luscious new beginnings. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Let's see. We have the Rune of Hugas. And this means thorn. So all about life experience. Of course, every rose is most definitely worth the thorn. Interesting energy to start out with. It feels healing already. Cathartic even. Okay, so I'm going to start with the archetypes I have here. And I have 5. The first is going to be a better idea of the bounce off point for you. Wow. The seed itself. That infinite potential bounce off point. The golden pearl at the very center of all these circles of life, right? Very cool. Very cool. Let's see, we have you as the self, Aquarius, on the yellow path. Agape. Very cool. And that flow of unconditional awesomeness. Okay, expansive even. Very, very beautiful Aquarius. Okay, open. Recognizing your most definite value to the moment that you're in. This is your life. This is your seed. Showing up as Agape itself. Where are we going? To the realm of the judge. Which is, wow, very expansive. What do I do with the seed in my hand? With all the love I could give myself, right? And the determination of the thorns up until now. You know, what this life experience is. So what do you have in your hand as a tool, Aquarius? The vow. Love it. The vow. Okay. All the power that you have right there. Seed in hand. Beautiful. And that just looked like a magnified version of this, what looks to be a sunflower impression on the judge. You know, we can most definitely see things the way that we choose to. Okay, so the vow in hand. Why? The mask. Psh, of course. That would be why. Alright. Suppression of oneself. Which most definitely is this thorn. It feels like a most definite, wow, I just said that like 3 times. Like a contemplation of your life up until now. And it being exactly what you proclaim it to be. So therein lies the need, no need for a mask going forward. Beautiful. Let's see what your oracles are. Begin anew. Wonderful. Begin anew. Okay. And we have from the White Light Oracle, I believe that says number 4. Number 8, Bath Kol, which is essentially the daughter of God, the voice of God. Prophecy. There's bolts of lightning that let you know exactly what you need to know in the moment that you're in. Most definitely. Okay. Pachamama, Mother Nature herself, the voice of the earth. Wow. Gaia. Let's see. I know, that feels very soothing. I want to put that above the mask. And the Queen of the Moon. Oracle. We have abundance. Well, that's awesome. Abundance feels very Pachamama. If you notice, they look very similar. Okay. I feel like I should read Bath Kol to you. It feels like it'll be sincerely healing. So let me grab that. Okay, beautiful. There we go. It's going to be there, right there. And let me turn this way. Okay. So number 8, Bath Kol. Eschew complicated explanations as you seek the simplicity of the deepest truth of your heart. Gently but firmly cast aside that which does not resonate as being true for your heart. Focus upon and speak from a higher spiritual perspective. All prayers are answered at the perfect time and in the perfect way. You have a powerful voice which can foster healing and wisdom on our planet. Wow, Aquarius, on the yellow path. I knew this was going to be huge, but what a seed. I'm going to read a bit more considering this is an annual cycle of the summer solstice. Perfect opportunity to, leap off the top of the wheel of fortune right into the arms of all that is good. Right? So Bath Kol is a mysterious creature. She is an angel known as the Divine Oracle, the daughter of the Divine Voice, the pure and true sound of spirit. When she whispers to your heart, you feel it is an inner knowing, a truth. To honor that inner knowing likely requires a confrontation of fear or moving in unexpected directions. Even so, the deep resonance of her truth is more powerful than the resistance we may initially feel as we let go of our limited perspectives and allow ourselves to be guided by spirit. The spiritual voice of Bath Kol is always true, always healing, and always in harmony with the higher loving plan of the universal heart, which is working toward the spiritual fulfillment of all hearts. Hers is the healing sound, the voice of divine prophecy, which not only tells what shall be, but through speaking of the highest potential, creates a blessing which manifests the ultimate goodness within us. When Bath Kol appears in a reading, an inner spiritual call may require a leap of faith. A more authentic, awakened you is coming to life. Paving the way for the higher self to manifest typically means that fear and control-based approaches need to be surrendered. Bath Kol's presence indicates something more appropriate and vital needs to supersede the limiting structures currently in place. As a consequence, she is a portent of spiritual transformation and material manifestation. Honoring her guidance requires courage, but brings rich reward on many levels. The Oracle of Bath Kol indicates a voice that is true and needs to be acknowledged. This may be a voice in your own heart, which needs to be heard without judgment or censorship. It may be an intuitive inner knowing to be recognized. It may be a loving and helpful voice of a reliable guide or friend whom you know can be trusted. It may be a teaching from a dream or an insight from a meditation, or even an inkling that certain happenings or sightings are signs from the universe to help you on your life path. Bath Kol is the clear voice of communication between humanity and higher beings. When called upon, she will assist a human to accurately interpret a sign or omen. Her voice brings clarity. Therefore, this oracle indicates a time of confusion is swiftly coming to an end. The oracle also encourages you to practice your power of discernment. Filter ego from heart. If a point of view lowers your vibration, makes you feel negatively about yourself or another, increases your confusion, or makes matters seem more complicated, it is likely to be an ego-driven viewpoint. To consider what you might be able to learn from that viewpoint, you need to settle yourself on more authentic spiritual grounds. I'm going to state this little prayer here since we got to this point. I call upon the divine voice of Baph Kul, guardian of luminous communications and clear channel for spiritual truth and healing grace. Please bless me with clarity. According to the highest wisdom and mercy, and in divine timing, may I read the signs and hear the voice of truth louder than all others. May all beings receive the guidance they need to find happiness and spiritual freedom. Well, okay, there we go. There we go. That's the only vow that is important, right? And it's like begin anew with that attitude. A whole new attitude, right? I love this. It seems like it got dark. Like my candles got really dark all of a sudden. Hang on. Is it better? Okay, pardon me. I'm going to pause for 1 second. Okay, Aquarius. So, let's go ahead and get your tarot. I think it's a little better lit. I guess we'll find out. Huh? Move your stuff so you can see it beautifully. Alright. Let the yellow path begin. So, in regards to the seed, which is all of your potential, your understanding of your own influence in the moment that you're in, your own spot of all that is. Showing up as Aape itself, going into the realm of the judge with your own vow and the power of that vow in your hand, which implies the understanding of the power that you have to create ripple effects in any moment that you're in, right? Because of the mask, you know, with you, Aquarius, here, it feels like, you know, it feels like the suppression is the voice of God, right? The suppression is that voice. And this new beginning is all about you recognizing your own back pull, right? Clarity. Wow. It seems so like expansive, which, you know, I know you can fully appreciate. Well, let's see what the tarot says. All of these have been so illuminating, really. Wonderful. Alright, summer solstice, and today is the summer solstice, so, and you are, and you know what's funny, Aquarius, I'm going to tell you this, because initially, I have done Aquarius somehow, has been the last zodiac readings that I've done in the last few cycles, and this one I actually wrote you down first, and proceeded, because what I do is I channel who comes first, and I thought of you guys, and I was like, I don't want to make Aquarius last. So I made Aquarius first, and then I wrote my list, and then at some point when I was about to begin recording these, I actually had the inspiration to start from the bottom of the list. So you ended up being last, which I think is just so interesting. Yeah. Here we go. Your situation. The High Priestess. Thank you. Okay, the flow of all that is, all that's good. Nice. Nice. Okay. Let's see. And yourself, Aquarius, as Aape. Exactly. Wow. Talk about the voice of God and begin anew with this as yourself moving forward, right? What mask? Your vow is to be completely authentic. And that flow is most definitely right there. You're in that flow, aware of it. I love this. Wow, Aquarius, on the yellow path, you are. Psh, and working with it. In reciprocity with the universe. Excellent. Very aware of your own influence in the moment that you're in. Very much the seed. Okay. Wow. This is going to be you in the past. Moving energy. Moving energy. Communicating with Pachamama. Making vows. Maybe judging things. But still you are showing up as Aape. So maybe you're aware that the unseen works for you. And that energy moves in regards to your flow. And denying your flow is what's painful. Again, with this rune, the Third says, this is seeming as if denying your voice of all that is, however that comes across to you, is what's painful. Right? Is what's being suppressed. Oops. Look at this. Here's the Ace of Cups on the bottom. I love that I just looked. Okay, this is going to be the surrounding environment. Okay. Recognizing that you are the judge and you have this vow in your hand to begin anew. Recognizing your own voice of all that is good. Unconditional love is the only true voice, right? The truth is the only true voice. And there's so much beauty to that, and it's so simple and so complex at the same time. And I love that. And it all comes back to authenticity, right? Authenticity. Okay, I feel like shuffling. Again, you know, this Ace of Cups on the bottom is beautiful. Let's see in the present. In the present. Thank you, Aquarius on the yellow path. We have the King of Swords. Okay, very much fresh start, Aape, in the realm of the judge, aware of it, but also aware of that voice that they're suppressing. With the ability to vow it in their hand, right? Let's see how we're doing here. Visually. Yay. Okay, Aquarius, so it looks like you're very aware of where you're at. Right now, most definitely aware of this seed being yourself with all the potential in the world. Probably very super highly aware of this bath coal voice, right? And again, beginning anew with the recognition of it. Okay. How does this High Priestess evolve, please? This flow, this awareness of this Aape. Okay. Having harmony in it. You know, that's unity all day. That's Aape. You know, being most definitely the center of your vow. Beginning anew in the energy of all that, you know, potential that is inherent in proclaiming that this is all true, right? That the voice of good that is always right is the most definite, most wonderful way to go, right? Yeah. And suppressing that you have that is painful. It is painful. Trust me. Alright. I'm going to get you out here shining. Everybody's going to be able to see your pearl. Okay, show me in the future. Okay. Receiving those cups. Awareness of that cup. Beginning anew. Receiving the messages from Bath Coal. And it looks like sharing them. Okay. Let's see the center. Thank you. Your higher self. Most definitely Bath Coal all day. We have the King of Wands. all of the potential in this seed, agave itself. Look at that fire. The proclamation of your vow, the power in it. You know, full illumination of self, full self in action. The King of Wands. You know, that's fire, fire. It's very, very alive. And aware of your own, you know, wand in your hand. Aware of your own power in the moment that you're in. Especially in regards to this voice. You know, your authenticity and being aware of that inner voice always being true. Always being true. Okay, what's the cross here? What's in the way? Is it the judge aspect? What do we have here? What's in the way? For this wonderful new path you're being invited to. Well, the thorns, I imagine, are in the way. Just one, please. There you go. Seven of Pentacles, what you've worked on up until now. Yes. Your cycle, your understanding, your experience up until now, which is why we most definitely have this, you're the judge of it. Begin anew, you'll be just fine. But everything that you have manifested up until now, it is being readjusted by you. Recognizing where your actual moment of potential is. And what you do value about yourself and what you want to claim going forward. In the most authentic way, because this mask is out. Right? Therefore the thorns are out. Recognizing your true self is most definitely in process here. And I'm really glad that you're showing up as agape and recognizing yourself as that seed of potential. And as being, you know, again with Pachamama and abundance, it's like you're very aware that everything grows around you. And that is, again, what's being suppressed. Alright, let's see what the hopes are for your seed. Okay, trusting in it. Agape all day. You got the Two of Swords as your hopes. Pure, absolute potential flow. Pure, absolute, you know, High Priestess. You as judgment, aware of it. Clean. Judgment of your signs, your synchronicities, and all the other gloriousness that this particular card implied that you would have clarity over. Right? That's absolute clarity. There are no thorns in that. Or masks. Wow. Aquarius, you're like dynamite. Super clear. Super clear. Okay, what's the fear here? Excuse me. What's the fear here? I'm going to need a sip of coffee. Thank you. That was fast. The fear is standing in it? Proclaiming it. Well, standing in it absolutely would most definitely be no mask, right? But then again, you know, this Seven of Wands is valor, right? Awareness of your influence, awareness of your influence and choosing to use it for the highest good. You know, that moment of, you know, do I hesitate on proclaiming that I'm absolutely blessed and worthy in every moment that I'm in? You know, this is my voice of truth and I believe it. So this is exactly where I'm standing. You know, there's no hesitation in this card. It's magnanimity for sure. So that's your fear. And then I have one more in my hand here, which is the Two of Wands. So we have, and I'm still figuring out where we want to go with these cards in this camera. But the Two of Wands, the world in your hands, your vow in your hands, the world as you see it, most definitely authentic. Authentic, because what else are you doing with this seed of yours, right? This life is all about embodying your own. And Aquarius, it looks like you're very aware of this and very open to it. And it looks like your hopes are you just want to be more open to it, or more, excuse me, obviously open to it. You know, not attempting to hide the fact that you are aware of your environment around you to whatever degree you experience this personally. You must definitely feel this vibration of truth around you. And, you know, hiding any aspect of ourselves is painful. And we do judge ourselves in that particular moment, absolutely. And this began anew with like this peacock slash, you know, glorious bird with all of these feathers, you know, extended everywhere. And again with Pachamama, is most definitely an authentic feeling, right? And Aape is most definitely, with all of this fire like extended and expanded, is taking full advantage of this point of potential. Like, my fire likes that way, my fire likes this way, my fire likes that way, right? Full understanding of yourself and being the center of it all. And this is Kitty. She agrees, and she's the confirmer. She's a saber-toothed tiger kitty. Her name is North Star. Okay, so let's see what the advice is for you, Aquarius on the yellow brick road. The path of the vow in hand. Alright. Because you're in a very, very highly regarded space right now. I mean, showing up as judgment in a reciprocal environment. Very aware that you're receiving messages. And your higher self asking you to just recognize yourself as exactly that. And the more you proclaim it in the moment that you're in, the more authentic you can be, right? Therefore, there are no thorns. Okay, I've got 2 here. Well, that'll do it. So, okay, so we have the sun on the bottom, and I think, can I put that? Where can I put this? Can you see that? No. We're gonna figure this out. All right, we have, as your advice, the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Very much the vow. Own it. You're abundant. Own all of this gloriousness that you know in your bones is true, right? Hold this seed in your hand and make a vow to be yourself, most definitely, all the way. No more masks. That voice is true, right? Recognize yourself. Play in it. You create the waves of your further expansion, right? All that potential in the acorn as it is, right? This is very much your universe works just the way you say it does. So start bossing it. Again, the sun at the bottom. No need for thorns. That voice is true. Please don't hide yourself, you glorious Aquarius. It's time for, you know, summer solstice is all about, you know, that, again, that leap off the top. The sun is at its highest point. We have a whole new cycle from here. Top of the clock, right? Top of the clock, top of the cycle, top of the Wheel of Fortune, however you want to look at that. A brand new cycle, whether we claim it as ours, with all the potential in the world or not. And Aquarius, you expansively, lovely, being called right now, yellow path, self, you are about to be really, really, I feel, embraced with this like, how do I say that? Almost continuous is kind of like the word, but this continuously glorious expression of everything expressing itself to the degree that you express yours, if that makes sense. You're going to get brighter and brighter and brighter. You're going to get brighter and brighter and brighter. Your Aape fire is going to be fierier and fierier and fierier. I think that's where we're going to leave this, Aquarius, because you know I can go on for days. I can go on for days. So, Recognize yourself as this having this definitely in hand, this flow, awareness of it, being called to recognize it as true. Begin anew in this energy. Wow. It's a pleasure to read for you. I hope you like and subscribe so you can see the next one. Until then, Aquarius, thank you so much. Peace. Well, hello there, Aquarius. If you chose the blue begin here path, or begin here point for your pick a path, this is going to be your reading. Alright, let's see. We have, to start off with, we have the Rune of Hugas, which is hail. Life force energy. The most intense life force energy that is able to be controlled, harnessed rather. Okay, pretty cool, Aquarius. Just before we started, I heard self-mastery. So we're going to start with the archetypes I have here for you, and the first one is going to be the beginning of this path. It's been pretty much showing us the reason why we are progressing, or, well, not the reason why, but we have the rainbow bridge here, the bridge itself. Okay, which is all about that transference of perspective, in my opinion. So we have energy here and the transference of it. Okay. And you are showing up as, I think it goes this way, Gnosis. Wow. Okay. I do believe you have some perspective to share, Aquarius. Life altering, maybe. Or to gain. Alright. And where are we going? Where is Aquarius going? Into the venom. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Let's go into the venom. As the Gnosis. I mean, that's pretty powerful. Powerful place to start from, Aquarius. What do we have in our hand as a tool? The stone. Interesting. Interesting. That permanent, generational investment and energy. I mean, the life of a stone, which it most definitely does have a life cycle, but you know, that takes eons to evolve, right? To be shaped. But it does, in fact, progressively evolve. Interesting. And why? The Queen. The sovereign aspect of the self. Your inherent divinity and what you do with it. Okay. Interesting. Alright, Aquarius. Let's see what oracles we have here. With the ground. Okay. Looks like some intentional, there's definitely some intentional evolution here. Or, intentional impact from yourself. Or for yourself. Especially in this realm of the venom. Pardon me. Talk about life force. Some hail. Just knocking stuff over. Continuous. Why are we having issues here? Woo! Lots of energy swirling around. Lots of energy swirling around. Okay. White light oracle, please. The Salve Polluti. Okay, that explains the venom. Number 19, Salve Polluti, 741 hertz, which I will read to you because this is a very, very opportune time to most definitely look into this realm of the venom and the words and the power behind them. This one here is all about your energy and how your opinion of things evolves your world, right? Which is most definitely what we're talking about here. And the wind itself, which is again most definitely that vital power in the air. Perspective, opinion, words. The opinion, yeah, oh my gosh, wow. What an interesting way to put this. And this is North Star. She is our confirmer. We're madly in love, so she's in every one of these readings. We have number 8 here, the path, as your Queen of the Moon oracle. Sorry, that's glare. There we go. Which, you know, implies there's most definitely a new beginning here, right? Ladder up to the porthole, completely different sky. Okay. Wow. Okay, so I want to take a moment and read the Salve Polluti for you. So pardon me just a second. Okay, and we have that here. So go ahead and read that. Oops. Okay, Salve Polluti. Well, excuse me. Tune into your hearts, and you will be able to find your... Tune into your heart, and you will be able to find your way through any negative or toxic situation. Engage in self-healing and space clearing. Commit to regular practices that help you connect to your inner light. Your light shall not be overcome by any darkness or negativity. Take time to clean your heart and mind of negativity by focusing on the divine beings that bring joy to your heart. It is appropriate for you to desire your own personal and sacred space and access it daily. And pardon me just a moment. I need to move this light a little bit in so I don't bump you. Okay. And I'm going to read this next little bit here because I think it's valuable. We live in an age of heightened environmental, emotional, and spiritual pollution. During such a world age, it takes more work to experience clarity, purity, and originality. Often, the bulk of our challenge is simply warding off further negative influences and attempting to dislodge the toxins permeating our energy field, psychologically, physically, and emotionally. The onslaught continues with chemical toxins in foods, polluted oceans, which contaminate sea life, and the bombardment of electromagnetic radiation. When technological development lacks commensurate wisdom, such is the current case, progress contains a shadow side of harm on our planet and her creatures, including us humans. Now, this is not all my, I'm reading the bulk of this card for you. I do believe it means, this is an all-inclusive perspective. So, including us humans, higher beings are lovingly and faithfully working to assist souls in their transition from a fear to a love-based inner orientation, and to become strong enough to ward off further negative influences and reverse the toxic culture within themselves and our world. A shift is available for hearts willing to exchange the constant battle with relentless negativity for being a source of light, love, and peaceful abiding on this planet. When these hearts reside in an inner place of purity, they are able to bring unconditional love and spacious primordial wisdom into our world for the spiritual benefit of all beings. With their positive enthusiasm for the healing for all beings, they can do much good in the world. To be around such hearts instills peace and relaxation, hopefulness and vitality within the soul. The frequency of 741 hertz cleans things up. Salve Polluti is a Latin expression which means to clear pollutants and toxins. This frequency focuses on clearing freeing the hold of negativity and allowing the natural way of bright, beautiful manifestation to unfold. This frequency works to clear infections and electromagnetic radiation from the body. It also attunes one to the harmonics of the quantum field. The reorganizing principle of the higher self, which knows what you are and how to dislodge and disengage from that which is inauthentic and obstructive to your radiant being. When this oracle appears in a reading, it is a call to clear yourself and your space in ways that feel affirming, inspiring, and beautiful for you. Trust that no matter how much gunk the ego-driven actions of humans might generate, it is no match for the power of spirit at play in willing human hearts. May all such hearts join with spirit and with each other to clear and bless all creatures for that greatest good. Okay, so yes, most definitely clearing our inner opinions of what this is and how this works and how we are all most definitely inherently gloriously divine all the way through, right? Okay, I love this message. And you have that long-term effect in your hand. You know, and once you dislodge whatever venom you find in your moment that you're in, it is a portal to the next, right? It's most definitely a leap in a better direction. Every little tiny bit of shift of perspective, of adding some glorious to whatever the opinion is, whatever that negativity is, every little bit of that creates a stronger, more self-defined evolution of your own personal stone, your own personal trajectory, your legacy that you're building. You know, character is refined moment by moment, right? I love this. I love this. Thank you, Blue Path. Aquarius on the Blue Path. We're very, very, very honored to have you here. Honored to have you here. Alright, let's talk some good stuff for you. Because this most definitely is that life force that changes lives, right? Changes lives, especially you, Aquarius. I mean, water bearers, you have some mad influence, and you do have the wind here showing up, which is that, you know, gift of command itself. You showing up as Gnosis, which is that flow of the divine's correct information, right? Availability of any perspective you'd like to have when you are willing to actually listen for that true voice, or that optimistic voice. Again, optimism being able to see it from multiple perspectives versus positive, which is a single perspective going forward. You know, optimism is preferred because therein lies the rainbow, right? You know, black versus white does not include the rest, right? So I think you're being asked to definitely recognize that you hold your own personal evolution of your own sovereignty and your own power in your own hand, and to look at that in this realm of the venom that we consistently are in every day, all day long, right? With our own perspective to balance it out, and lovingly balancing that out in your favor, right? I love this. Picking your own path, like on purpose, Aquarius. I love this. Love it, love it, love it. Alright, let's cut and... Wow, that was interesting. Let's see what the cards have to say. Ooh, a candle went out. Hang on just a second. Let me go ahead and light that. Okay, great. So, we have our candles back. Alright, so the situation... Let me breathe. Thank you. Okay. So Aquarius on the Blue Path. Situation. The Star. Would you look at that, Aquarius? It's the card of Aquarius. I love this. Alright, that's your situation. The Star itself. Your flow that's always right and true and good for you, right? The rainbow perspective itself. The good news. Okay, and let's see Aquarius themselves. The King of Pentacles. Most definitely. In this world that you live in, sovereign one way or the other. One way or the other. And holding your value in the evolution of self. Very grounded in your own path. Aware of your own influence on the environment that you're in. I love this. Okay, and the why. We have strength. The why is most definitely the queen here. And again, that inherent divinity, that inherent flow. Very much the flow of the star, or the awareness of there even being more to you than this provincial life I just heard. You know, Beauty and the Beast, I think that is. There must be more than this provincial life. Yeah, so that's what that feels like. You, Aquarius, saying there must be more than this. I love that. I love that. What a beautiful way to start off a new path, right? All right, Rainbow Bridge, what else you got? See, thank you. Very cool. Magician. This is you, Aquarius, in the past. Okay, again, aware of your own power. To be more, that there is more. Again, showing up as Gnosis in regards to this bridge means becoming aware that you do have your own flow. Okay. This is going to be your surrounding environment, the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords. Okay, that's words around you, right? The wind even. This realm of the venom. Again, information coming towards you. What do you do with it? Do you put this, bubble of I am all that I say I am, and, this negativity, this toxic, what have you, whatever it is, it doesn't apply to you if you're inherently yourself, right? You can't be really influenced by the venom. But that is a degrees of, again, a long-term evolutional personal choice for your own self. Your own solidity and your own personal happiness and joy. And, again, not being concerned with the other's opinion of what things are is always a great, point of evolution to begin to intend to continue forward on this path, right? What other path would you want to be on, Aquarius? Is the one that is, securing your own personal best continuously, right? Up and out. Towards that higher perspective. Okay. This is going to be you in the present, which is most definitely aware of that inner sovereignty, that inner voice. That awareness of perspective, the awareness of the gnosis, and the kind of chill, it feels like, in this venom. You can hear your inner queen. You can hear the wind, as it were. The guidance within evolves the world towards the heaven that is already here. Okay. This is you in the future. I'm sorry, your situation in the future. Judgment. Wonderful. Hearing this voice. And to some degree, your situation in the future, going from the star on this particular juncture and moving into judgment in the future. So it's like becoming aware of that absolute flow and power that you have, that absolute sovereignty on your own individually, your own gnosis, and that you have your own evolution in your hand in order to protect you from it. Again, with this sovereignty as well as the stone. And they're going to be again, it's almost like becoming aware of this personal sovereignty to some degree becomes a calling in the future. Interesting. Okay, let's see Aquarius in the future. Reciprocal. Okay, grounding. But also aware of your own personal evolution. You know, reciprocity, giving as well as receiving this gnosis. Maybe securing, you know, other people's, you know, understanding of their effect in the moment that they're in, whether that be toxic, positive, negative, optimistic, you know, good for them, not necessarily, you know, closed-minded versus open-minded. You know, Aquarius, you guys are very expansive, and you can build very many bridges for others once you recognize this for yourself, or that you do have this impact on the world around you, and to do take that up as that evolutionary stone in your hand that you are able to influence. I mean, that's a pretty magnanimous path. You almost just, I just had to, okay. I was just told to read the wind. You have an invitation from the wind. So that's going to be this book. All right. You know, judgment is here. And they boss me, so we're going to do what we're told. The wind. Okay, we have the wind. And don't fall. Hi, kitty. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to hold that out. Let me do this with the other hand. Meow. I'm going to hold that here. Okay, so the wind. The symbol of the wind represents the element of air. It rolls communication, thought, song, and inspired ideas. It also signifies change, with qualities both positive and negative. The wind blows from each of the four directions, and there are different qualities bestowed by each. Interesting, but I am supposed to read all of this to you, so this means something. South, carrying a new sense of trust, helping you gently begin to discard habits and parts of you that are no longer needed. West, calling you to more introspection, to a willingness to make final decisions, to let go of attachment and ego desires. North, moving to bring you wisdom and strength. East, carrying clarity of vision and purpose. Whichever way the wind is blowing for you, the message, which the wind whispers or shouts, is a challenge. It may take courage at first to turn and face the wind, but you will find exaltation in moving toward it and receiving its lessons. The invitation. When the spirit of the wind comes calling, it is a sign of change. Perhaps you need to change your mind about something. Perhaps an old way of doing things has become automatic, and now that you've gained greater clarity, you can make a new choice. Regardless of what the change is, you can expect to be understood and to have clear communication with others at this time. Ideas are solid, and the shift that is being called for is in the highest good of all. Well, there you go. Regardless of what the change is, you can expect to be understood and to have clear communication with others at this time. Ideas are solid, and the shift that is being called for is in the highest good of all. Well, there's your calling. There's your calling. Your communication is held in high regard, Aquarius, on the blue path. I love that. Thank you. I just want to say thank you in advance for humanity at large. Thank you for using your power for good. Magnanimity for sure. I feel like shuffling. What is the center, please? Okay. Chilling the queen. Knowing that your flow is true. Clear. Clean. Sacred space. Right? Sacred space. Clear of any negativity. In a constant Gnostic flow, right? Always looking for more perspective, more understanding. Always willing to have an open mind and communicate that and be understood. Most definitely a salve for any venom scenario that you find yourself in. Most definitely. Thank you again, Aquarius. Can I see what's in the way, please? The cross. Aww. The 5 of Swords. The venom itself. Other people not receiving it well. You know, don't judge. Don't, I don't like to say don't. What I will say is this I am has heart all over their shirt. You know, the impact you make, sometimes you have to lead by example. Which the 5 of Swords to me is always leading by example. You know, it takes heart to call yourself sovereign to yourself in the moment that you're in and hold your own gnosis to be true for you, regardless of what any surrounding environment has to say about it, right? You remember, you're in the situation of the star being called to communicate from your heart what you feel to be true. That is your path. You are the rainbow bridge, Aquarius. Keep your flow true. Your point, your center point here in your hand. Your long-term evolution is the most important thing because your flow is true. It comes directly from the star. Direct communication. You know, this is a high compliment, like I said from the beginning. Let's see what the hoax is here as far as you being called for this. Wow. Okay, that's a lot. We're going to... which ones? That's more than I need. I'm supposed to show you. Okay. And put these back. Ace of Swords is on the bottom. And then these 2 that popped out. Okay, so that's the hopes. It's the 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands is very much aware of your gnosis, aware of your sovereignty, the evolution of that. There always being this rainbow bridge perspective available to you. This is always your path. You're always in the right place at the right time, right? Power in hand. And choosing to see it that way. You know, that is the posture of this is mine. This is my perspective, my world, my gnosis, my stone, my evolution, my long-term, inherently sovereign awesomeness that I'm going to, you know, absolutely claim as my flow. And I am going to lead by example because that is what happens. Now, this is your fear, is the 2 of Wands, which is exactly that, claiming it. Interesting. You know, it all starts at home, though. It all starts from the inside. And I think this rainbow bridge, you're just being asked to acknowledge that within your own self, you don't have to proclaim anything out loud. This is your world in your hands. Your own ability to listen to whatever it is you want to listen to and regard it as, to the whatever degree, venom or not. Right? Is this something that I want to hold in my long-term gnosis? Or, you know, can I soften that out with all this perspective available to me so that my own long-term reciprocity, my own balance and my own self, my own sovereignty, what I ground into this world and consider my path going forward is good for me, right? Good and true and beautiful, and I can carry it going forward and say, yes, this is my stone. This is my intentional integrity towards my own evolution and the world around me, right? Wow. That is most definitely standing in your own authenticity. That's, you know, that's awesome. Awesome. You know, radical self-acceptance and, you know, responsibility for your own power. We have the High Priestess on the bottom. Can I see how the 2 of Wands evolves, please? How does the 2 of Wands evolve? The Moon. Okay. The Moon. And the Moon is the Queen all day. That's sovereign flow. The stuff of the illusion, the stuff of the mystery, the stuff of confusion. even, but also the stuff, excuse me, of that clear flow when you're available to it, right? And again, the moon is inherently sovereign. And that's like experiencing it. Interesting. And your advice here is the Seven of Swords, which is to speak. Because you do have this gnosis flowing and this inherent sovereignty in mind and this long-term evolution in hand. This is very, understand that gnosis is in any moment that you're in, and to come from this sovereign, long-term, personal best place. It's like a continuous evolution of your own gnosis as well. You know, and that being the focus. What do I know? What do I believe is true? How does my universe construct itself? What kind of power do I have? Okay. Exactly. What do I want? And then go from there, right? This is the bounce off point that's going to be a, you know, an annual cycle, right? Until the sun comes back to its summer solstice point. Follow your own gnosis and your own optimism. You know, your own inherent goodness. Your own inherent flow. Your own inherent sovereignty. What you feel you are being called to believe and to walk in. Because I do believe you are most definitely going to be exemplifying your choices. You know, this stone does change from the outside, even though, you know, it takes time to see it, right? And I do believe that this is very personal, but will be seen from, you know, the evolution aspect of it on the outside. And again, we do have ground in your path here. So it is about your long-term evolution. I love that. Okay, what do we have? The Emperor, of course, your long-term evolution, your manifest, your grounded proof of your path is what I just got. Proof of your path being ultimately everything you want it to be, right? There is no venom in that. All your life force directed towards what you feel is true. Towards what you feel is true. Put this here for a second. You know, and again with this Hugas, this hail, there's so much power in calling your own understandings of things. You know, that there is no venom that stands up to any bit of self-certainty, right? Even the willingness to see more cancels out any venom. You know, up and out will always deflect any come on down here, right? Totally different energy scenarios. So remember that as you start off on this summer solstice path. That you have all of this power at your disposal. And it's up to you how you know, set off in your trajectories. Do it with heart. And you've got some real good guidance right here. Some very thorough gnosis, it looks like. Do look into that and play with it. And I look forward to the next one. I'm going to say that is your message for this particular point of begin here. Thank you very much, Aquarius. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see the next one. And until then, hopefully this added to the stream of your life and you enjoyed the message. And until the next one, peace. Okay, Aquarius, welcome back to your new happy place. This is going to be the start here for the red path. This glorious, I am ready to go potential. Infinite. I am. I am is the way. I am is the way. Chill. And we have here for you, Aquarius on the red path, Destiny. The Rune of Destiny. Let me see what the actual name of this is. Perdo. We just got a train honk. The Rune of Destiny. Cool. What a great energy to begin with, right? Okay. I love this. Okay, so I have some archetypes here that I'm going to start with. And the first one is going to be what we're talking about. And you have number 1, the mother. The beginning of all things, yeah? Nice. Look at that glorious pearl in the center. Let's see. Can you see that? Let's see. Good better? New camera. I'm still playing. Okay. Let's put that there. Put that there. Okay. Wonderful. Now this is going to be you, Aquarius on the red path. The empty room. Talk about potential. Absolute potential. Everything and nothing all at once. All the potential in the world. Okay. The end. Where are you going as the potential? The thread. You're going into the journey, the path, the soul's evolution. Wow. See that red thread? Going up towards that inverted rainbow here. I love this. Okay. So all of your potential going into the focusing of that. And what do you have in your hand as a tool? The comic. I love that. Beautiful perspective. Rainbow perspective even. Wow. The comic in hand. That genius level of perspective finding continuousness. And caring enough to attempt to make it funny for the rest of us. Love it. And why? The riddle. Attempting to make it funny for the rest of us. And understanding it. Maybe that is exactly your path. Understanding this riddle. Very cool. Okay, I love a riddle. Let's see what your oracles are, Aquarius. La Luna. Interesting. Okay, cycles. All about cycles. And we have with the white light oracle, the Shaktipat of Seahorse, which is all about your own unique individual presence, you know, and being in environments that you feel called to, and you know, your imprint being absolutely unique, like a fingerprint. Right? Wow. And I will read a bit of this because I think that's important. Excuse me. And from the mystical shaman, we have thunder. Psh, the divine itself making noise like, hey, how about this? How about this idea? Yep. Kitty confirms. This is North Star. She's our little confirmer here. She works for the divine. Again, her name is North Star. She's a saber-toothed tiger kitty. We have growth here from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. And let me see what. This is number 5. Waxing Crescent 3. Really beautiful card, actually. try to hold this a little better. There's a lot going on, right? Okay. Number 5, growth, change, most definitely that comic in your hand. And the idea of cycles and all of this. You know, thunder and the mother imply that you have a certain understanding of who you are, what you can contribute to the moment that you're in, especially with this comic in your hand. Shown up as the empty room going into the thread, which is the evolution of your own path. With the energy of destiny. Wow. Okay, let's go ahead and read your Shaktipat of Seahorse. What number was that? Number 31. Love the universe. Okay. Goes right to it if you're in the right area of the book, right? Okay. Shaktipat of Seahorse. As you embrace your inner essence, you will be at peace with who you are, including your vulnerability, and no longer see the need to conform to social ideals which have no true resonance for your heart. You are encouraged to trust your intuitive recognition of which environments and relationships harmonize well with you, supporting your spiritual growth and well-being on all levels. You have the innate capacity to manifest. Relax and you shall attract all you need. Well, and I would say as magnanimous as you are in this particular beginning of a whole annual brand new cycle, I'm going to go ahead and read the rest of this card. So, and I do think it most definitely adds to the stream. Okay, so volatile or overly restless seas Volatile or overly restless seas compromise the well-being of the seahorse. Such intensity drains their energy, forcing them to go against their naturally gentle way of being. They thrive in environments that are calm and accommodate their slow, graceful movements. Rather than aggressively hunting, seahorses patiently wait until what they need comes their way, and then actively receive it. Seahorse has a relationship of commensalism with seagrass and coral. Commensalism is the medicine of connection, protection, and stabilization. In such a relationship, we receive what we need without being parasitic. We intelligently seek out sources that naturally support us, rather than attempting to manipulate someone or something to be other than what it is. In the case of the seahorse, as it hides from predators in the seagrass and steadies itself on coral, neither seagrass nor coral are harmed. The symbiotic relationship of seahorse and its helpful friends reflects the supportive nature of the relationship between soul and spirit. Spirit will provide whatever support the soul requires to thrive. In Greek myth, the seahorse is hippocampus, which translates as horse of the sea, known both as steeds of the gods and as benevolent creatures who prevented sailors from drowning or becoming lost at sea. Seahorses are a symbol of protection. They are about outmaneuvering negative forces and bringing grace and peace. Seahorse is our guardian when we are going through challenging times, especially on an emotional level. Excuse me, my nose is itching. Of course it is, when you're reading out loud. When all your hands are taken up. Excuse me. Okay, so Shaktipat is a transmission of grace. It is an enlightening gift of energy that enables mastery. Shaktipat of Seahorse empowers us to instinctively seek environments that are conducive to our well-being, rather than damaging ourselves by trying to adapt to external situations or societal values. It teaches us that we are enough. We have the innate spiritual magnetism to attract what we need in our lives. We gravitate away from falsehood and toward authentic being. Named for its seahorse-like shape, the hippocampus is the neural center in the human brain. It helps us navigate our way in the world and find where we can thrive and best avoid negative influences. Each seahorse has a unique coronet or crown on the top of its head. It is said that, like human fingerprints, no two are completely alike. This oracle assures you that your path and what supports you will be unique. If you attempt to fit into social constructs or cliques that don't reflect your essence, you will weaken yourself and become more susceptible to negativity. You are encouraged to consider what is natural and best for you, to be honest and authentic even in your vulnerability. It is only from that place that you can respond appropriately. When you are in your authenticity, much power and grace shall rally to support you. The world can seem unfriendly or unsupportive at times, but this oracle reassures you that, as you honor who you are, you will naturally find friends and attract supportive assistance to obtain all you need to thrive. And then there's just a little statement here I'd like to say, an affirmation. I trust in the uniqueness, sacred beauty, higher purpose, and perfect inner potential that I am. I surrender into the unconditionally loving acceptance that Spirit has for me, and heed the encouragement to be my true self. I do not need to adapt, compromise, or alter myself to be like anyone else. My true nature is divinely designed, and I seek to cast off ego concepts like tattered old clothes, standing peaceful, luminous, and unshackled in my own true nature. From that place of truth, I feel connected to my heart. I can easily attract all I desire from this place of authenticity and integrity. May all beings know such peace, comfort, and love. Right? Wow. That's pretty dynamic. It's like just start from you and you'll radiate from there. That's your destiny. You're welcome. Class dismissed. Be yourself, your absolute unique self. You will know the absolute environments for you. That's funny with you starting out as the empty room. With this aspect of the mother being so protected, you know, this golden pearl being the only color really within these layers of support, really. Wow. What a beautiful calling for you, Aquarius. And that very much I am presence, right? Love this. Actually, we're going to put this here. Okay, let's see what your tarot says. Let's see what the tarot says. I was just tempted to look over at the camera, and it's 117. It was 117:44. Very interesting. Very much growth with the star in mind. Okay. So Aquarius, in regards to your destiny, you're starting out with all of the potential in the world, knowing what you hold valuable, going into your own personal thread and the evolution of your soul, and the combination of your soul and spirit in regards to your own personal growth cycles, your own personal destiny, with this unique, beautiful perspective of your own personal self, because of the riddle, which is most definitely your own interpretation of destiny and what interests you, what you find fascinating. That's so cool. Okay. Let's see what the tarot says. Wow. What a summer solstice beginning, right? Okay. The star. That's awesome. Psh, you're showing up for your reading. The star. That's going to be your situation. Star's calling you out. Okay. Love it. Alright, and Aquarius on the red path. As the self, the strength of that connection with the star, that infinite voice of all that is good, the truth itself, your own unique soul, and your body and soul mixed together, right? The riddle of this experience, this life that you're experiencing. This experience of this life you're experiencing. Excuse me. Let me get a sip of coffee. Thank you. Okay, and let's see the why. The empty room. And that's definitely acknowledgement of your own unique understanding of yourself. Let's see. How straight are we? Okay. So strength walks into the realm, walks into the star. You most definitely coming aware of your own need to be your absolute individual self. Wow. Okay. I feel like shuffling. Let's see, Aquarius in the red path, in the past, please. How do we end up in this riddle? Or the riddle being why? Excuse me. Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, you becoming aware of your destiny, or to some degree, that this is a riddle, and maybe that it is your path to attempt to understand it, or to share that you do understand to some degree the riddle that we are experiencing. Because you do have thunder here, and your own fingerprints or imprint, as it were, to make on the world. And again, you are starting out in regards to the number one here, your own very own pearl. Wow. Wow. Okay, so your surrounding environment is going to be the Six of Swords. There, red path. Okay, there's that change of mind. Change of perspective, I'm sorry. Or all the opportunity in the empty room headed towards their own thread, because you know how you perceive this life experience that you're living. And your understanding of growth cycles. Okay, here's you in the current in regards to this. Hearing these messages. Most definitely thunder. That cup being offered to you. Okay, and the transition here on this path of the situation of the star, evolves into self-mastery, which is most definitely your destiny. And this spoke of self-mastery. The blessing of grace. Wow. Understanding your riddle. Understanding your riddle. The Knight of Swords is you in the future. Most definitely your thread. Your own empty room. Your own perspective in hand. And your own understanding of your own unique riddle. And that is the most important thing for you. This is always the knight in shining armor for the self. You know, perspective all day. Very much I am Aquarius, right? Number one. I know what's good for me. I know what the truth is to me, and that is the riddle I'm going to ride, right? And only sort of be concerned with your own interpretation of your own crown and what that means to you, what your own destiny is, and what your growth trajectory is calling for you, right? And we have the High Priestess jump out. The High Priestess is going to be your center in the middle, that flow of that beautiful little golden pearl wisdom there in the center. You're becoming aware of your own individual flow, that's for sure. Mastering your flow and your awareness of it. Maybe playing with it. Figuring out, again, getting familiar with your own riddle. Okay. We have the Five of Wands is going to be the block, in the way, the cross. Now this makes sense, because especially with the evolution of this seahorse, you know, basically being a far more rounded interaction, natural interaction, much like this riddle, versus, you know, this Five of Wands is very much interacting with all the energy that's around it, right? Whereas you're being asked to pull back, come from within. Like, you are your own magnet of everything you ever needed. And, you know, to hold that as your strong point, right? You're inherently protected and everything you ever needed to be. Okay, exactly. And the unseen's doing it all the rest for you. You're an absolute magnet for your destiny, right? We're always going to most definitely be the wonder of the signs and the awe when we're headed in the direction of our true soul and spirit's thread, right? Your destiny is the ultimate reason why. You're always going to be supported in that, which is why it always behooves you to follow it, right? I'm not sure why I keep going from the top here as well as shuffling, but, you know, I follow what my hands boss me to do. This is the Knight of Cups, and this is going to be your fear. Walking with that cup in your hands. Trusting that you'll always have that grail in hand, which I think, you know, with the Eight of Wands being the hope, which is that always incoming awesomeness, and your fear being walking in that awareness of that flow, that awesomeness. It's kind of like you won't know until you pull back and say, I'm awesome, this is my destiny. You know what I mean? You kind of have to separate the two before you can experience the difference. I hope I explained that well. This is the, okay, there we go. Recognizing yourself. Proclaiming it as true. This is my destiny. At least to yourself, the beginning of all things starts at home. You know, you do have this number one, which is that first intention, that wand in hand. That yes, this is my destiny, this is how I feel, this is what I want to learn about, this is where I want to live, this is the way that I am, so I expect all that's good to surround me with complementary resources. You know, the coral will be there when I need it, and the seagrass will most definitely be there when I need it. There's no need for me to, you know, fight amongst. I'll hold my own and allow the rest to circulate, you know, around me. Okay. Cool. You do not have to be in amongst the fray. Most definitely stand alone, allow them to circulate around you, right? You're this cat in the center with the birthday hat on. The rest are drawn towards you. Be yourself, Aquarius. Always, that's your destiny. Alright, let's see what the advice is here. Don't worry, the cheese is free. We don't charge extra for that. Oh, sometimes I make myself giggle. Alright, let's see. What is the advice here in regards to this wide open opportunity, this wide open invitation to seek their uniqueness on the red path? What else can we add here? Oh, that is in regards to this destiny. Let's get you a good one. Getting you a good one. There we go. There it is. The invisible made visible. Proof of faith. All that is true standing right in front of you. Right? The Hierophant. Most definitely that comic in your hand. Understanding the riddle and right in the middle. I love that for you. You know, with this being the advice and the interesting part in the center here that brings us all into perspective is exactly the strength in this flow. And this is, like, to me, proof of the flow, right? This is an understanding that is made physical or rather visible where it used to be invisible. Example, faith, right? So becoming aware of the flow that you have and being able to experience it as having been true is what you want to be looking for here. You know, Mother, it does represent manifestation with this number 1, right? The invisible made visible. Very cool. Wow. Talk about understanding the riddle. Or it being because of the riddle. Trust your flow. Wow. Trust your flow over other. Most definitely. Trust your flow. Okay. The outcome. Okay. 7 of Wands. Trust in your flow, not other. 7 of Wands. What an interesting progression. With the 5 of Wands as your block. The 6 of Wands being how your fear evolves, with you holding that 1 in your hand. And the 7 of Wands being your outcome. Once you recognize that faith is power, you stand in it. That's heart all day. Absolutely where your stance is. Thunder, for sure. Your growth cycle is your own. Your own. The guidance within evolves the world towards a heaven that is already here, and you are most definitely coming to appreciate your own guidance within and the fact that faith is power. Prayer is real, and your feed is true. What resonates with your heart is the truth. That is your destiny. And to see things from every perspective that the divine will give you in order to understand the cycles of all that is and how this all works is most definitely this gift that your destiny entails. Wow. Let's see what's on the bottom. Oh, okay, separation, disconnection, that doubt, that self-doubt, that disconnection from all that is, you know, seeing that empty room as anything other than the biggest, most wonderfulest, infinite potential you could ever imagine, you know, versus feeling put upon, is again asking you to, your advice is to have faith that everything is absolutely part of your journey, your particular soul's path, and to most definitely have this genius comic archetype in your hand, because essentially that's going to make the difference in any moment that you're in, with self-mastery being the goal of understanding yourself at the very least, if not everything else around you and how that all works. But the power here is going to be most definitely holding your own perspective in your own hand, not driven by other, but by the self. By the self and the protection of all it is that's asking you to focus on your particular I am, and to trust in it, because it's definitely divine time for you to master your own unique imprint. Wow. There's something special here. Like, these archetypes are pretty huge, and you do have, like I said, thunder here and destiny. You will have this is, you know, valor again, magnanimity, awareness of your influence and using it for the highest good. You will have the power to stand with your heart colored shirt. You know, like I said, you'll know that your guidance is true. Wow, you have an amazing destiny. I can't wait to see the next reading. Sincerely. Sincerely. I think that's your message, Aquarius on the Red Path. I want to say it was a real honor reading for you. And, you know, remember, again, prayer is real, faith is power. We never die, love never ends. And I am is the way. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see the next point on this particular path. I know I myself am looking forward to it. If not, I hope this added to the stream of your life. And until the next one, happy summer solstice. Peace.